Let's talk a little bit about how the brain works and how you can get yourself in a situation to improve your mental well-being just by understanding how the brain works. This is why you hear everyone talk about mindfulness and meditation. Those are two separate things, by the way. But mindfulness, so we've got the reptilian part of our brain, which is our reactive part of our brain, also the lower level of our brain functioning. This is what happens when hormones dump into our system and our adrenaline starts going, the cortisol starts going, and it floods our system very rapidly. It comes in faster than it leaves. And the byproduct of that, though, is in your thinking and decision making and how you, like the thoughts being generated about yourself in your head. And so when you're in this space, it's really great to use mindfulness. Mindfulness just takes a few minutes. Stop, look around real quick, close your eyes, focus on your breathing, and focus on those things you just saw. And what I want you to do is count to four in, hold for 4 seconds, blow out for 4 seconds, and hold for 4 seconds, and repeat that at least 3 times. Because what that does is it tells your body to settle down. So that box breathing is what that's called, exercise tells your brain to settle down so you can react or make the right decision because that lower level part of our brain is designed for fight, flight, freeze, all of those types of things. And we don't have that luxury in life. But our body and our brain don't know the difference. So we have to figure out how to hack it. And that's one way to hack it is mindfulness. While you're doing that box breathing, you do 3 rounds of it and you start thinking about all the things you saw. What did you see before you closed your eyes? Was it the wall? What color is it? What's the texture? What does it feel like? How big is it? Right? Start thinking about all the things of that wall. Is it the light shining in your eyes like I have going on right now? Is it warm? Is it cool? Is it bright? Is it annoying? Is it light? Like, how does all of this feel? I just kind of told you how annoying it is for me. But when you go through and think about these things, identify 5 different objects and focus on those 5 different things and come up with like 5 also different descriptors for it. And then repeat it until you have realized that your full body has calmed down. And then go back to the situation and come out of this, right? Open your eyes and think like, what just happened? What caused me to trigger? What do I need to do about this? Sometimes you come out and there's nothing you need to do about it. Now, when we look at meditation, this is also really good for your mental health. So the mental health, by the way, with that first thing of mindfulness and a couple quick practices you can do with that in the heat of the moment, because that just takes seconds, right? Under 2 minutes, you can be done, but you can go as long as 20 if you want, right? Whatever you need to do, you do you. But at the same time, that mindfulness and stopping like that, you're dealing with that cortisol, you're dealing with the adrenaline. These are things that are going to tax your system, deplete your adrenal glands, cause a lot of toxins to go into your body, disrupt sleep, all this stuff. And then as it piles on throughout the day, because sometimes this can happen just driving into work in the morning or into school, or maybe it's the phone call you got before you left for the day or whatever it is. There's so many things that can start triggering you earlier in the day. So this is to keep everything at a calm level so that you don't end up in decision fatigue. So you don't end up in this lower level thinking the rest of your day. It triggers you back out of it. It's a great neurohacking trick. So the next thing though, when we get into meditation, meditation should be practiced twice a day. If you can only do it once a day, oh well, you do you, but you should practice it at least once a day. Meditation is a step further of mindfulness. This is when you either have a mantra or just pure silence that you are repeating and going through, and you come in and out of consciousness during this time. As you continue to practice it, your practice goes deeper and deeper. It takes sometimes months, sometimes years. It depends on the individual and the environment and experiences they're having on a daily basis that creates the time frame for each individual. So everyone's unique in this. However, when you do meditate at least once a day, I suggest doing it in the morning. But if you can do it in the morning and then sometime in the afternoon or evening as well, brilliant. But my highestly recommended meditation for this is transcendental meditation. There's others, but I found that the most effective to like really tap into full consciousness. And they really go into the science of like the brain and everything. And I really like that. So regardless of this, practice it for at least a minimum of 20 minutes once a day. And if you can, try to do it in the morning before all of the noise starts. I try to do it before sunrise or during sunrise. So that way everything is peaceful and quiet. What this does is it sets your intentions and your mindset for the day, keeping those moments where you need all that mindfulness and all those other situations at a less common frequency. And the more you practice, the less you're going to need some of these other tools. So, think of it this way: for your mental well being, doing meditation as a long term solution and maintenance is the result we want to get to. However, we're humans living a human experience. So mindfulness is super great throughout the day. I can't tell you how many times I use mindfulness techniques throughout the day because I have an extreme environment. And so because of that, I, I mean, at least five, if not a dozen times a day. And I've been meditating for years. And it's still something that I use as a tool because I'm like, "Ooh, getting a little out of balance here. Let's recalibrate." And sometimes it's just going outside and walking and just no electronics, just taking a short walk, 10, 15 minutes, and I'm fine. But I can't get there to make that decision of the mindfulness without the meditation practice each day. That is that consistent, like we're starting our day this way. We're going to be intentional. This is my mantra for the day, and then moving forward. So when we're looking at your mental health and well-being, to prevent all of this stuff happening to your system, because the more your stress increases, the more you have inflammation, the more you have dietary problems, the more you have decision fatigue, the more it's easy to spin out and just relinquish things, right? And we don't want to do that. So look at some of these practices and see how they sit with you and give some of them a try. Put it in the comments. Let us know how it goes. Ask your questions too. If you're like, this didn't work for me, what else do you suggest? I am happy to chat about it. Or you can just join one of our programs, right? We have a program when it comes to chronic illness that is at the end of the day, and it's called Evening Wind Down. And then we also have a new adult program, and that one's fun. It's called Vegas Conversations. Um, and it's an open live in both situations with me, and we walk through these types of things together so that it's more curtailed to your exact experience, and we can curate the right approach for you. So I strongly recommend you joining any of those and being able to lean in a bit more and get some more information. I'm happy to help. I just want you to get into a space where you can start manifesting your bliss, living a life of purpose and pure bliss.